Morning. I am Robert Ivan R. Lacasandile, and I will present the history and the architecture of the GSM network, or most 2.5G network, or most commonly known as the GPRS. The advancement of 2G network was then rooted to the fundamental unit of the network in which GSM take a big role. GSM, or most commonly known as the Global System for Mobile Communications, was developed by ETSI, or European Telecommunication Standards Institute. This innovation has a frequency band of 1,800 MHz that is used for this innovation was then deployed in Finland at around 1992. This digital circuit switch network is optimized to full duplex voice telephony. But the cost of the connection line per minute have been the major problem in the use of this technology. The dilemma was solved when GPRS network has been introduced to the public. This system uses a modulation scheme which is the GMSK, or Gaussian modulation shift keying. This modulation scheme is efficient because it can carry a digital signal without any waste in the spectrum of frequency. This system was very efficient due to the fact that the only thing that is built in the system is the burst of data that is being transmitted, not the steady stream of data. This is the GPRS. In addition, this technology does not dissipate a power that can drain the battery of the device being implemented. On the year 1999, the GPRS was used to further improve the technology in the infrastructures. This is one of the examples in the use of GPRS in the infrastructures. The GPRS was then available to the public by 2001. The formation of GPRS has been a good stepping stone towards the wireless communication. Architecture ng GPRS network. Meron po tayo ditong isang cellphone at laptop na magtatransmit ng signal papunta sa BSS. Ito pong BSS na to, ito po yung magko-convert ng radio signal into packets na isa-send naman niya sa serving GPRS support node. Tapos, ang ginagawa lang naman po ng serving GPRS support node is ina-authenticate niya yung signal or yung IP address na pinadala ni BSS or yung packets na pinadala ni BSS. Through the authentication of the IP address or the PDP packet na pinadala ng SGSN, isa-send niya ito sa authentication center para ito ay ma-authorize yung IP address kung tama yung IP address na pinadala. Tapos itong IP address na ito ay ibadadala ulit sa serving GPRS support node para ito naman po ay ma-assignan ng bagong IP address na magiging bago niyang address papunta doon sa internal backbone network. Tapos bago niya ipadala sa internal backbone network, ito po ay mag-i-store muna doon sa VPR na sinasabi nila. Iba-iba po ang VPR sa kada device na ating ginagamit. Next, pag napadala na po sa internal backbone network, ito po ay pupunta sa gateway GPRS support node. Katulad din po ng ginagawa ng serving GPRS support node, ito naman in-authenticate naman po ang IP address para malaman reliable ba or ito ba yung tamang IP address na naka-allocate para sa amin. Matapos itong i-authenticate, pupunta ito sa authentication center at i-validate ito na-validate or kung na-validate man, ito ay magiging isang bagong IP address kasi mag-a-assign ulit ng address na magiging isang address na para mapunta siya ng primary sa kanyang network. Ang authentication center na ito, ang ginagawa lang naman is in-authenticate na yung device na pinapadala ng GGSN at SGSN. Pag napadala na ito, ina-authorize niya ito ng bagong IP address at pinadadala ulit doon sa GGSN at SGSN. Itong GGSN at SGSN, nag-i-store sila ng data na pinadala ng authentication center to further use or if nawala yung message. Tapos, pagkatapos nito, yung GGSN pupunta yung data or yung IP address papunta sa cloud or sa network nito. In terms of mobile services naman, kinakamit sila ng signal para mag-transmit ng signal. Ang ginagawa nila is code at ipapadala ulit sa MSC. Ito MSC pupunta nila sa designated na receiver para ito ay mabasa.
So, functions. Ito yung functions ng GPRS. Ang functions ng GPRS, divided siya sa 6. Ito yung network access control functions, packet routing and transfer functions, mobility management functions, logical link management functions, radio resource management functions, network management functions. So, sa 6 na to, subdivided pa siya sa ilan pang functions. So, una, sa network access and control functions. Sa network access and control function, doon yung makikita yung connection doon sa telecommunication network. Tapos nagbibigay sila ng service and facilities doon sa network. Yung protocol naman na ginagamit nila is defined na as procedures na nag-e-enable sa user na mag-employ ng services saka facilities din sa network. So, first, yung registration functions. Sa registration, yung user's mobile identity, associated siya sa user's packet data protocol tsaka dun sa addresses doon sa loob ng PLMN tsaka yung user's access point hanggang dun sa external PDP network. Doon naman sa authentication and authorization, yung function na to, nagpo-perform siya ng identification tsaka ng authentication ng service requester tsaka validation ng service request type para dun sa user na nag-authorize dun sa particular network service na gagamitin. Sa admission control naman, nagka-calculate siya ng network resource, saka required din to na mag-provide ng quality of service na nire-request. Dinedetermine din niya kung yung resources mo is available or yung reserve mo is nandun na. Next is message screening. Sa screening function naman, concerned to dun sa filtering out ng unauthorized tsaka ng unsolicited na messages. Required to para maprotektahan yung GPRS network mo against sa influences sa labas. Sa packet terminal adoption, yung function na to naman, nag-a-adapt siya ng data packets na nire-receive niya or tinatransmit niya from the terminal equipment para makapag-form siya ng suitable na transmission dun sa GPRS network. So last, yung charging data collection. Itong function naman na to, nagko-collect siya ng data na necessary to support dun sa subscription mo tsaka sa traffic fees. Sa GPRS kasi, merong volume-based billing tsaka no longer time-based billing. Sa next function naman is the packet routing and transfer functions. So, divided siya sa maraming functions pa. First is relay function. Sa relay function, ang ibig sabihin lang nito, yung node mo, nagpo-forward siya ng data na nare-receive mo from one node dun sa susunod na next node na i-route niya. Sa routing function naman, nagde-determine siya ng network node na yung message mo ma-forward and mag-underline ng service para ma-reach niya yung GPRS support node gamit yung address ng message. Sa address translation and mapping naman, yung translation, ito yung conversion of one address to another address para dun sa different type. Sa encapsulation naman, ito yung addition ng address and control information dun sa data unit para yung routing packets mo within and between the PLM and S. Yun. Sa tunneling function naman, ito yung transfer ng encapsulated data units within dun sa PLMN. Galing dun sa point of encapsulation, papunta nun sa decapsulation. So, yung tunnel is a two-way point-to-point path. Sa compression, itong function na to, in-optimize niya yung use ng radio path capacity by transmitting yung service data unit as possible at the same time, preserving the information na naman nun. Sa ciphering, ito yung nagpe-preserve ng confidentiality ng user data, tsaka yung signaling. So, yung ciphering, ito naman yung function na nag-preserve ng confidentiality ng user, tsaka yung signal across din sa radio channels na protektahan yung PLMN from intruders. So, last, domain name server. Itong domain name server naman, ito yung nagre-resolve ng logical GSN names para maging GSN addresses. Yung function nito is standard internet functionality na nag-a-allow sa'yo na mag-resolve ng pangalan for GSN and other GPRS nodes. So next, main function is the mobility management functions. Dito naman, ito yung nagki-keep track ng current location ng mobile station within the PLMN or sa another PLMN. So, in some elements, yung areas nun or yung expressions nun joined together with the mobility management. So, for example, yung HLR, BLR, location, tsaka yung routing area. Sa mobility management, ito yung nag-form ng essential base dun sa mobile communication. Tapos nagbibigay siya ng detailed function and processes para ma-describe yung iba't ibang mobility ng management. So, next is the logical link management functions. Dito naman, yung yung logical link management functions, ito yung concern sa maintenance ng communication channel between dun sa mobile station tsaka sa PLMN across dun sa radio interface. So, involved to sa coordination ng link state information between dun nga, sa mobile station tsaka sa PLMN as well as dun sa supervision ng data transfer activity over dun sa logical link. So, ito, divided to sa tatlo, which is logical link establishment, maintenance, and release. Sa establishment, pinoperform to kapag yung mobile station mo naka-attach na dun sa GPRS service. Kapag yung maintenance naman, ito yung nagsusupervise na nung logical link status saka yung control na habang nagbabago. Sa release naman, ito yung function na ginagamit sa deallocation ng resources associated siya dun sa logical link connection. So, the next main function is the radio resource management function. Dito sa radio resource management function, ito yung concern sa allocation ng at saka maintenance ng radio communication paths. So sa GSM radio resources, madalas shared siya between circuit mode, which is voice and data services, and GPRS. So dito, meron tayong tatlong subdivision pa. Sa selection function, ito yung nag enable sa mobile station para makapag-select ka ng optimal cell para magamit mo dun sa establishing ng communication path within dun sa PLMN. Ito yung involved sa measurement and evaluation ng signal quality dun sa mga nearby na cells, as well as yung detection tsaka yung avoidance ng congestion within dun sa candidate cells. Sa tracks function naman, ito yung nagpo-provide ng packet data transfer capability across dun sa radio interface between sa mobile station tsaka sa base station service. Itong function na to, ginagawa din niya yung pag-provide ng medium access control over sa radio channels, nag-multiplex siya over common physical radio channels, yung packet discrimination din niya within the MS binibigay, yung error detection and correction, pati yung flow control procedures. So last, yung path management function. Itong function na to, nagmamanage siya ng packet data communication paths between dun sa base station mo tsaka dun sa GSM nodes. The establishment and release ng paths nito may be dynamic or static. Then, the last network management function, ito yung nagpo-provide ng mechanisms para ma-support mo yung operation and maintenance functions na related sa GPRS. Yung functions na to nagde-depend sa manufacturer tsaka sa implementation ng Operation Management Center.
So ako nga pala yung nakatala mag-discuss ng aplikasyon ng 2.5G. Alam naman natin ay yung 2.5G ay ginagamit sa SMS. Pero ang ibang aplikasyon nito ay minsan na rin ginamit sa business para may pag-interact sa mga customer nito. Pero ang ibang aplikasyon nito ay ginagamit na rin bilang pag-track ng ibang devices. Ngayon, isa-isain ko ang ilan sa mga naging aplikasyon ng 2.5G. So ito nga pala yung example ng SLS nung bata pa tayo. Yung mga picture na yan nakikita mo sila ng cellphone. Pero sa ibang bansa, naging innovative sila sa paggamit nito. Tulad sa Australia nga, yung McDonald's nila doon, gumamit sila ng triangular capabilities para sa network base stations nila to deliver promotional message to consumers para makapag-interact sila sa mga customer nila para makapag-promote ng ibang mga produkto nila o kaya makakuha sila ng rewards at makasali sa mga ibang prizes na pwede nilang masalihan. Ayun. Ngayon, lilipad tayo papuntang Korea. Ang most used 2.5G application in Korea is email. Ngayon, may 5 reasons sila kung bakit ang most used 2.5G application in Korea ay yung email. Una, 2.5G gives higher data speeds. Pangalawa, internet email portals are getting a substantial revenue share. Pangatlo, users pay for data traffic only, not the time they spend online. Pang-apat, email application is resident on mobile phone using VM or virtual machine. Ang panglima ay yung data traffic are differentiated. They use VM for enabling mobile consumers to download without having to go online. So, ibig sabihin nito, parang yung pag-stay nila ng VM ay yung binabayaran nila. Hindi yung mga amount ng pag-download o pag-upload nila ng email or sa paglalaro ng mga games. Pati next ay yung email application are based on Java and good graphic interface to give the users more friendly and fun experience. Sa Korea, Meron silang 15 million na active email users online and they uses 2.5 GBM enabled mobile phone. And most of them ay mobile email application yung kanilang main communication. Ngayon, from this innovation of 2.5G, this is a good business because a lot of users ay nabe-benefit into this and it became profitable in mobile operators kasi nga sa sobrang dami ng nakikinabang. Maganda rin itong business para sa mga namumuhay sa mobile operators. So, yung next naman ay yung GPRS tracking system na kung saan ito ay yung gamit na kabit sa mga sasakyan para iwas nakaw or in another way. GPRS based rin yung nagsisignal sa sasakyan para madaling makita ng driver kung nasaan yung kanyang sasakyan sa parking sa pamamagitan ng tunog. Yung may tumutunog na toot, yung toot. Thank you. Kapag pinindot nila itong bagay na to, check ko lang. Ito yung pinipindot ng mga driver para makita yung sasakyan nila. Pero meron pa rin ibang way para matrack ng driver yung sasakyan. Ngayon lang papanood sa inyo na uri ng advertisement tungkol sa bagay na ito.
Is this situation familiar to you? Have you ever been victim of a car burglary and never retrieved your car? Cooking Hacks has the solution for you. Check it out.
So, ayun nga, by 2.5G, nagagamit nila yung upang matrack kung nasaan yung sasakyan nila via application sa phone para mahuli ang nagnakaw ng sasakyan. Well, dito na po magtatapos yung aking pagre-report tungkol sa 2.5G. Maraming salamat!